Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing something a bit different, going back to the olden days of book unboxing, just because this came so early and I have nothing else that's coming. Except I think I do have an Owlcrate adult, but it's not going to be here for another couple of days. And the problem with waiting to open my book boxes in November is that I am challenging myself in doing a whole behind the scenes video, and I am trying to read every single book that I get this month. And so far I've been successful, except for one. There is one book that I am not going to be forcing myself to read. I just got it in the mail. It's a very emotional book, and I don't know if I'm ready for that right now while I'm still feeling a little off. So that one's gonna be potentially end of the month, maybe December. So that one I will wait on. But everything else that I've gotten so far this month, I have read, which is fantastic because it included 2 books from book boxes last month that came at the beginning of November. So that is so exciting. But I got my Owlcrate. This is the November 2023 Owlcrate, and I know what book is in here, and I am so excited. So I was like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait. I want to read it now. It's a lot different than other things I've been reading, so we're gonna do this. Recently I've been waiting to unbox things, but that's just not happening this month. So you're probably gonna get more separate unboxings this month compared to previous months, and potentially into December. I feel like I want to continue this trend into December because it's really helping me not buy things, because if I have to read it, I'm like, oh, I can wait to buy it. So that's actually been really, really good. So without further ado, let's get into the Owlcrate unboxing. Here is a sneak peek. Can't see anything except for the spoiler card. Perilous Travels, Owlcrate November Young Adult box, and let's move some of the stuff. And I know that there's a journal in here. I remember that being the spoiler. They always do it in November, so you can kind of see the stuff that's in there. It looks like we have one of the storybook doors, which I'm not a huge fan of this series. I was really excited when they originally announced it, but I don't like really like them. They just feel very not cool compared to what they could have been. So we're gonna see what this one is like, and hopefully I like it better than the other ones. So we're just gonna go ahead and start with that one. So here is the storybook doorway. I do love what they come in. I don't know. This says The Starless Sea. So I've not read it, so I don't know if it's gonna mean as much to me, but here's kind of the story on the back if you want to read it. I'm not reading all that. That's a lot. Okay, so here is the storybook doorway, and this is why I just don't love them, because I don't know, I'm so weird about them. And mine's off center. Okay, mine is pushed to the side. It's not that bad. I just noticed it when I was looking at it from the corner. The corner is where you can really tell it's off center, but otherwise I'm just not really like a fan of these. I'm not really a fan of calling them storybook doorways. I feel like, I don't know what I would call them. To me, they feel more like bookends, like fancy bookends was what I would call them, because this is just not what I think about when I think about storybook doorways. LitJoy does an interesting storybook doorway series. It's still not my favorite. I don't get any of them, but to me, it's better than this. For those who feel homesick for a place they've never been to, their doors have been waiting for them. So, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like these, but this is not what I was expecting from this series. Next, we will go with the Treasured Tomes pin. This is our second to last one, and this is Lord of the Rings. I'm curious what their pin collection is going to be next year. Here is the pin. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected from Lord of the Rings. That looks really good. I'm really impressed with that. That looks really cool. Just ignore my nails. I really need to get them done, but this one's hard to open. This one is hard to open. Okay, and there is the inside. I really need to get my nails done, but I'm so lazy and I don't want to spend the money on it. But for these things, I really need to. Okay, next is this little zipper pouch. Your story isn't finished yet. Is this also... I hate getting things wrong. I don't think this is Lord of the Rings, is it? It looks kind of like Lord of the Rings. It's got that design on it, but it's got a little zipper Opens up to a little pouch. So it's actually basically a little wallet because you can put cards in here. So if you're going anywhere like you don't want to take your whole purse or anything, you could definitely use this. And it's pretty nicely made and I like the design on it. Next, we have the reading planner, which is what everyone is waiting for. And this looks pretty cool. Now boarding. Why does that look weird? Reading planner, parts unknown. Something looks weird about it. I think it's just me. It looks better in the viewfinder. The now boarding looks off center for some reason. You don't see it as much on there. Anyway, now boarding, you have gilded edges, very nice, and it's just pretty. Like it just looks really pretty. And just kind of flipping through, it's just got your basic dates. You can set it up anytime you want because they don't put any like dates in here. Monthly stuff. I think there's reading challenges in here. Yeah, there's some reading challenges at the front. Get to know me, more reading challenges. So, I mean, if you don't want to get a specialty one, because that's the thing, I won't be using this because I like the book review section. This is what the book review section looks like. I do get a quite large, specially ordered one that I get every single year. I don't remember the name. Of course I don't remember the name of the company, but I'll put it down below. They're almost sold out, I want to say. But they pretty much sell out every year. I always pre-order mine really, really early to make sure I get the one that I want because they do different designs now that used to just be one journal. But I'm obsessed. Little Inklings. Little Inklings is the company. I'm obsessed with their journals. So that's what I get, so I won't be using that. But I still like the idea of including it because a lot of people don't specially buy their own because it's quite expensive. Reading journals are very expensive if you get a fancy one. Like, yeah, they're expensive. So that is the reading planner. I think it's good. I think a lot of people are gonna like it. Next item, we have a bookmark. This looks like potentially Little Thieves, maybe? It might be Serpent and Dove. It might be Serpent and Dove. I'd rather die on an adventure than live standing still. This is gorgeous. This is a wood mark. And that looks so... That's why I said Little Thieves, because the artwork looks like Little Thieves a little bit. But I think I want to say it's Serpent and Dove. Wait. That's a map. This is a darker shade of magic. I was thinking of Serpent and Dove because the hair, he's redhead, and she has powers. So I was like, is it Serpent and Dove? The outfits don't look right. But that's a darker shade of magic. I just didn't see that before. It looks like it's legitimately glowing too, which is wild. Like, it's not actually glowing. It just looks like it's glowing. That's so cool. Again, a book series that I have not read yet. I really need to read that series. Okay, we are on to the book. I am so excited about this book. I am really nervous though because I've given this author a 5-star and I've DNF'd a book from this author. So I am incredibly nervous which one's this going. Like, I like the premise of this one better than the one that I DNF'd. But I'm still incredibly nervous. I'm so nervous because that is like a wild swing from 5-star to DNF. So yeah, I am quite nervous that I'm not gonna like this book, which would be devastating because I've been very excited for this one. All right, so here is the book. It looks so good. What the River Knows. It is so heavy. I don't know if it's because like it is a big book, but it's very heavy. It is one of the square spines, so it's got the heavier, not dust jacket, but cover on it. So I have noticed that when you get the square edge ones, they do feel heavier than the average book. So that looks really good. This looks pretty close to the original cover, maybe. I definitely am gonna need to look up what the original cover looks like because what I have in my head is the Barnes & Noble edition, which I really like. It's that maroon color. I love that edition of it. But, so I don't remember like exactly what the original looks like, but something does look not quite right. As in like, I like it, but something looks different than what my brain is trying to comprehend as the original cover. So anyway, that is that. Here is the back. The Nile Knows Everything. I'm really excited because it's an Egyptian inspired mythology book. And I'm just like, I'm so excited about that because there's really not that many that I've been able to find. So we have the digital edges, which look so good. They look so cool. I'm loving it. I really like them. The top, the snake does look a little weird, but I think it works for like the style. And then we also have a ribbon bookmark right there. So this looks really good. So on the inside, oh man, there's a lot going on. Okay, so first, God, this book is really heavy. First, the dust jacket, which has some pretty neat art. I don't know if this is my type of art style, but I can appreciate what it's trying to do. So that is the art on the back of the dust jacket. Not my favorite style, but it's definitely painting like a scene about what the book is going to be about, which is exciting. And then on the hardcover, this is probably one of my favorite foil designs I've seen in a while. This looks really good. This looks really cool. It looks a little off center. This is the problem with printing foil cover sometimes, is sometimes the person who's printing it doesn't account for this as looking as part of the edges. So even though this is centered on the book, it needs to be over like this much to account for the way this looks. But I think otherwise it's dead center where it's supposed to be. That looks so good. The Nile knew everything. This looks so good. People who like to take the dust jackets off are going to be very happy with how this one looks. So on the inside, we have some artwork that I like better. This is definitely my style of artwork more. So there's that. That looks really good. And then I'm wondering if the back is different. The back is oh, this is exciting. Oh, this is exciting. That looks so good. Okay, man, I'm so excited about this. And then we have the author letter as well as the signature page. So this is, yeah, I'm so excited about this. Okay, here's the other books. Woven in Moonlight is what I gave 5 stars. I have Written in Starlight. I haven't read it yet. And then I DNF Together We Burn. So I'm just, which is why I haven't read Written in Starlight either, because I DNF Together We Burn and I was like, I'm too scared to read it. So hopefully I have to read this one this month. So fingers crossed. And I'm reading it for the Goodreads Choice Awards vlog that I'm doing. I'm reading all of the young adult fantasy choices, which is a decision. Mystery thriller would have been easier. Actually, it wouldn't have, because we're not getting into that. There were so many mystery thriller I hadn't read and hadn't even heard of before. So I think young adult fantasy is the best choice. I'm just stressed. That's a lot of fantasy to read in a short amount of time. So anyway, back on track. Here is what the book is about. Bolivian Argentinian Inés Oliveira belongs to the glittering upper society of 19th century Buenos Aires, and like the rest of the world, the town is steeped in old world magic that's been largely left behind or forgotten. Inés has everything a girl might want, except for the one thing she yearns for the most, her globe-trotting parents, who frequently leave her behind. When she receives word of their tragic deaths, Inés inherits their massive fortune and a mysterious guardian, an archaeologist in partnership with his Egyptian brother-in-law. Yearning for answers, Inés sails to Cairo, bringing her sketchpads and a golden ring her father sent to her for safekeeping before he died. But upon her arrival, the old world magic tethered to the ring pulls her down a path where she discovers there's more to her parents' disappearance than what her guardian led her to believe. With her guardian's infuriatingly handsome assistant thwarting her at every turn, Inés must rely on ancient magic to uncover the truth about her parents' disappearance, or risk becoming a pawn in a larger game that will kill her. The Mummy meets Death on the Nile in this lush, immersive historical fantasy filled with adventure, a rivals to lovers romance, and shocking twists and turns. Yeah, this sounds really good. This sounds like exactly what I wanted. This is an adventure story. I think this sounds so much fun. I do hope it's going to be a nice break in the fantasy that I have to read, because this does seem very heavy adventure with some like fantasy thrown in there. So I think this will be a nice one to read like between some heavier fantasy books. But yeah, I am so excited. I think it's gonna be really good. Let's look at the spoiler card. All right, we have the next story, Doorway, designed by Ice Wreath, inspired by the Starless Sea. The reading planner was designed by Jordan Fleming at the Pros and Cons, and Michelle Gray, the Michelle Gray. Jump through 4 Londons with our A Darker Shade of Magic wooden bookmark. Every single box, I've been doing so many A Darker Shade of Magic things. I'm assuming it's just because that she just put out a Fragile Threads of Power, but it's just a lot. And the wooden bookmark was designed by, oh, I'm not gonna say this right, Sajra Fox and Lichen and Limestone together. Be prepared for any journey with our card holder inspired by Silver in the Bone. That is also one that I have to read for the Goodreads Choice Awards. The item was designed with love by the Bitter Season. Of course, our Treasure Tomes enamel pin is Lord of the Rings, designed by Noah Designs. Our book is What the River Knows. Signed edition features a gorgeous exclusive cover by Michaela Alcano. Oh my gosh, I follow her on, I believe it's her, on Instagram. The designs. I have a whole set of a book series that she designed for Fairloo, I think. I don't remember which one it is. I had them up here. I must have put them upstairs, but they're stunning. They're absolutely stunning. It is a signed edition as well. Colorful stenciled edges by Tyler Miles Lockett. Turn over the cover for the reversible desk jacket with artwork by Nicoletta Stavaracci. Hardback, we have some striking foil done by Teresa Chen or the Divine Literary, and then end pages done by Zero Art. Finally, a letter and bonus content from the author Isabel Ibanez. So they had a lot of artists working on this book. That's really, really cool. I like the different art styles on it. So something for everyone. If you don't like one thing, you'll probably, odds are you'll like something else on it. So that is everything in the box. This is so weird to be doing an individual book unboxing just because I haven't done one in a while. So it's very strange. But anyway, that was everything in the Owlcrate November 2023 box. I think my favorite thing, oh, you know what? I'm kind of disappointed in this box. I'm so excited about the book, but the rest of the box I'm just not really a fan of, other than obviously the pen. I love the pen. I'm not going to use the reading journal. I don't really like the storybook things, and I have so many coin purses and little pouches things because it seems like when they run out of ideas, they go back to that, like all the book boxes. I'm not saying just Owlcrate. So not the biggest fan of that. The pen is stunning. It looks great. It does seem they put the, well, see, the reading planner. The reading planner is supposed to be the big thing, but because I don't use it, that's why November I feel like is always a disappointing month for me. So I feel like it's definitely more on me being disappointed in the reading planner than an Owlcrate problem. So if you are looking forward to the reading planner, you'll like this box. But otherwise, I really just liked the pin. Least favorite item is probably... oh yeah, I like the bookmark. The bookmark. It was under something. Yeah, I love the bookmark. The bookmark is probably my favorite item. I love bookmarks. I think this is designed really well. I think my least favorite item is the storybook thing, just because it's a high price point thing in the box, so it's supposed to be like a big item. But for me, it's a disappointment. That's why it probably is my least favorite, just because of that. If you're just going based on least favorite, least I'll use, etc., it's probably the little coin purse. I still enjoyed my time, as usual, unboxing things. I love when things are a surprise. But that is the one problem with waiting to open all my boxes. I definitely get spoiled for some things over the month. But because I opened this literally right away, I got this yesterday, I didn't know what anything looked like. So very exciting. Oh, the Owl Babble. That's what I was missing. I knew I was missing something. Okay, so December for Owlcrate is going to be the Dark Devours. And we're also going to get a pin banner. That's exciting to hold all of the pins. So that's really cool. And then the Owl Babble. I wanted to see what the original cover looked like. Okay, so it was green. Everything on our cover that's blue. Oh, and it has... oh, that is quite different. Let me get this to look at it. Yeah, the foiling is not there. So this is what it looks like. They kept the general design of it. They increased the alligators, which I liked. They added the gold foiling around it, and they added that, they took out the scarabs on the side, but they put a scarab on the top. So I think they did a really, really good job. I like both covers. I do think this one is a bit busier. I think I like the original better, but not enough to like be upset that I don't have it. So it's and it looks really good, like right here. It just looks really good. I feel like if you're not looking, oh, I missed that. That looks really good. If you're not looking at the other cover, I wouldn't be able to tell. It's definitely like minute changes, but they kept the essence. And I believe this is a standalone, which is exciting. I've been dying to read a standalone just because I've started so many series. I just don't want to start anymore. which is unfortunate because that's what I'm about to do in the Goodreads thing, because it's literally all first books in the series except for like maybe one or two. So that's like, oh my gosh. It's bad. So anyway, that's everything that was in the box. I enjoyed my time. Not my favorite box, but I really am excited about the book, so that kind of makes up for everything for me. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe because I do tons of unboxings throughout the month, as you guys probably already know. And make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you comment down below what you thought about the box, the book, etc. No spoilers if you read the book, but do let me know if you've read it and you liked it or didn't like it. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.